There was a time when Sundays at North Carolina Speedway were sacred, where the rumble of V8s echoed through the Richmond County pines, and legends were made on worn-out asphalt that chewed up tires and tested even the greatest drivers. Opened in 1965, Rockingham quickly became a jewel in NASCAR's crown, earning its nickname, The Rock, for its rugged, no-nonsense nature. It was a place where talent spoke louder than horsepower, and where the line between glory and heartbreak was often just a lap away. Richard Petty earned the most Cup Series victories at The Rock, with 11 dating back to 1967, followed by Cale Yarborough with 7 and David Pearson with 6. Dale Earnhardt only managed to rack up only 3 Cup wins at the North Carolina track, but the most significant was his 1994 win.
Now that's Earnhardt's play right there. He does that.
Here comes Mast, right to the bumper, slides it sideways, and Earnhardt holds him off to win the race and knock down his 7th Winston Cup championship.
Jeff Gordon was a little more successful at Rockingham in the Cup Series, gaining 4 wins and clinching his 3rd NASCAR Cup Series championship here in 1998. To a generation of NASCAR fans, Rockingham was always the next track on the schedule after the Daytona 500. This was significant to what played host to a deeply emotional race weekend just 1 week after the 500 loss of Dale Earnhardt in 2001, when Steve Park drove to a stirring win for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, holding off defending Cup Series champion Bobby Labonte in a finish etched into the soul of the sport.
Park has the run off the high side. He clears the body, and Steve Park scores the 2nd straight win for Earnhardt Incorporated and the 2nd win of his career. Man, what a great finish.
Rockingham wasn't just a Cup Series gem. It was also a staple on the NASCAR Busch Series, now Xfinity schedule. From 1982 to 2004, the Busch Series made 42 visits to The Rock, showcasing rising talent and veteran finesse. Drivers like Mark Martin, who remains the all-time Busch Series win leader at the track, with 11 victories including 4 wins in a row between 1996 to 1997. In 1990, Jeff Gordon made his stock car racing debut at Rockingham Speedway, starting on the front row in a one-off appearance shortly after completing the Buck Baker driving school at the very same track. 2 years later, in 1992, he returned with Bill Davis Racing, capturing the pole position in the #1 Baby Ruth Ford Thunderbird and finishing a respectable 9th, further signaling the arrival of a future NASCAR superstar. Fast forward to 1998, a young rising star named Matt Kenseth, driving for Robbie Reiser's underfunded team, made a bold statement by passing fellow up-and-comer Tony Stewart to secure his first NASCAR Busch Series victory at Rockingham.
A year ago, this could be his first win.
Look at this. He gives him a little.
He got him. He got him. He got him to the inside. He's going to get him. He's going to get him. Matt Kenseth wins it. He got him right away. He got him.
Kenseth's impressive performance outpacing, ultimately paving the way for Kenseth to join Roush Racing. In the final years of the Busch Series at Rockingham, no driver was more successful than Jamie McMurray, winning 4 consecutive races between 2002 and 2004. In the early 2000s, NASCAR's eyes turned westward and toward larger markets. Rockingham lost its traditional fall date in 2003. And rumors begin to circulate about the future of this legendary track, heading into a nail-biter finish between rookie Kasey Kahne and defending Cup Series champion Matt Kenseth could not save the Speedway. And with that, the once thriving Speedway slipped into silence. For fans, it felt like the end of an era. But legends, as they say, never truly die. There was a little resurgence between 2008 and 2013. Under new ownership, the Speedway hosted Pro Cup Series, K&N East Series, ARCA, and NASCAR Truck Series events, with Kyle Larson capturing the most recent NASCAR-sanctioned victory. Financial hurdles soon pushed the track back into dormancy, but the Rock's spirit still burned beneath the surface. Now, in 2025, that spirit roars back to life. After 21 long years, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will return to Rockingham Speedway. It's more than just a race, it's a homecoming, a reconnection with stock car racing's soul. The Rock stands ready once again with a fresh repave and a new coat of paint, ready to write a new chapter while honoring the echoes of its past.
Education Lottery Lucky Rewards winner, Gregory K. North Carolina Education Lottery 38 drivers set to go to battle. The first group now heading down the front straightaway. Stay on your feet and salute the second group as well. Set to go to war for 250 laps.
Hey, if anybody in this something, put it up in 25. Now making the hard left-hand turn down onto pit road, folks. It is time to rock, roll, and roll. inside, Brandon Jones to the outside.
Racing Network. Alex Hayden, Kyle Ricky high atop the start-finish line of what has been a wildly entertaining race. A lot going on, 8 different leaders, 16 lead changes, and we're closing in on the all-time record for cautions here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Rockingham.
Position. 2 laps to settle it.